Hello everyone, my name is Mocha, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Stay True resource pack for 1.16.4. Let's go ahead and jump right on into this. I think you guys are going to like this resource pack. And if you like what you see, go ahead and consider subscribing and leaving a comment down below on what packs you would like me to cover next. So let's go ahead and start off with a couple quotes from the author of this resource pack. Number one, it is going to be a visual remaster of the current default texture pack. And many of these changes will add a lot more diversity by removing the repetitiveness, which in turn results in a more realistic and overall nicer appearance. And in these clips, you're going to be able to see all of the different textures kind of linking together and creating a more, again, atmospheric area. And to me, it's a lot more aesthetic when things are connected and things just look like they flow a lot more easier than what normal Minecraft is normally trying to do. In normal Minecraft without this resource pack, you don't really get that aesthetic appeal. It seems like every texture is kind of its own separate piece. However, with this texture pack, it is going to connect everything together, which in turn results in everything just blending together and looking a lot more appealing. Also, another thing I would like to add, in this resource pack, you're going to be seeing different animations. So this is far cooler than the normal texture that you're going to be getting in Minecraft. It actually has different animations for things such as the turtle eggs, the ender chest, and different ore types such as the diamond or gold. They will actually either shimmer, the ender chest will blink at you, and the turtle eggs will actually shake a little bit, giving the notion that something is in there. And little details like this really just make things pop and just, it adds more life to the game. In default Minecraft, do you ever find yourself not mining specific blocks? I do, and those blocks are going to be diorite, granite, and andesite. In default Minecraft, these textures are horrendous. They are disgusting, and it seems like no one really implements these into their builds because they're just kind of out. They're just not textured properly. However, in this resource texture pack, you're going to find that these are remodeled and retextured, so they're actually able to blend in a lot better into their surroundings. And I did find myself actually wanting to go out and mine something like the diorite, for example, because now it just looks a lot more appealing, as you can see in the video here. Same with the andesite. The andesite is kind of harder to see, and it kind of blends in more with the stone. However, with that, there's so many more options that you can do to kind of give your stone walls or your buildings a different layer of texture, so it looks like maybe they're deteriorating or that they just have different layers to it. But overall, again, since they're remodeled, I found myself mining these actively rather than, you know, if I didn't have this texture pack and just had the default. Now, the only downside to this texture pack is going to be that you do need Optifine. Now, Optifine is great, and I don't know anybody in the world that doesn't actually use Optifine, but maybe there are some people out there who don't use Optifine or don't use any sort of mods because they either don't know how to or that they just don't know what it is. However, in order to run this resource pack effectively and actually how it's supposed to be, Optifine is needed. Now, why is it needed? Optifine is needed because it's going to be connecting all of the textures that you're going to be seeing here. It's going to be giving you those pink birch trees that some of you may or may not like. And also it has its own custom watercolors that in the oceans or in just the normal rivers, it's going to make things look a little bit different. Now with the connected textures, it's going to kind of do an overlay onto each other. And as you can see here, as I hoe the ground, kind of the grass leaks over into the area that's been hoed and also into different blocks. So in the stone, it's going to be overlaying the ores and vice versa. And also, as you may see here, in the dirt, there's different textures, there's different rocks that you can kind of see. and also in the stone, it kind of has different layers and different textures to it. So Optifine is needed for these, but who doesn't use Optifine in today's world? So it shouldn't be a problem for most of you, but just do keep that in mind. Really, the only downside to this resource pack that I even found, I've been using it for a couple months now, and I haven't really found anything that's off-centered or just looking weird. But the only downfall that I can see to this resource pack that some of you may come across is that there is a little bit of an FPS drop. That's to be expected if you're using any sort of resource pack rather than using the default textures. But overall, this resource pack is, in fact, one of the greatest ones that I've ever used, and I highly recommend everybody to use this if you actually enjoy the default textures and don't want to stem too far away from how Minecraft is supposed to be looking, but wanting something a little bit different, a little bit more aesthetic, and a little bit more pleasing to the eye. I highly recommend this resource pack. Since you need Optifine in order to run this texture pack, it's not going to decrease your FPS too much, but for some of you, again, it might be noticeable. Next, let's go ahead and see how far we can actually push these textures to make our game look just super aesthetic and just super good looking that anyone would want to play with. So, on the first clip that you see here, it's just the normal default textured Minecraft. This is how most people, I think, would be playing. There's no special lighting, there's no resource pack. This is how Minecraft is supposed to be looking. All of the settings are high, and there's nothing changed to it. Next, we're going to go ahead and transition over to the resource pack. All the settings are the same. Everything is set to high, and everything just looks fantastic with this resource pack. But now let's transition into the third phase. It's going to be the resource pack plus Silder's shaders. This just looks insane. This looks very nice and very complete. It's a whole brand new game almost. This just looks crazy, and I'll let you guys take in everything that I've been experiencing with this resource pack and with this shader pack.